Hello, Kim Saft, licensed clinical social worker. I have my doctorate in transpersonal psychology. Been in private practice for over 20 years. This is me helping you transform your life. Reba. All right, so I want to talk to you today about being nice to yourself. Yeah, so I don't know, kind of off the top of your head, one nice thing you've done for yourself today is bam. Anything? No? Okay. One nice thing you will do for yourself today? Got some good ideas? Ready? No? Hadn't even thought about it? Being nice to self, enter into your thought pattern for the day? It might not have, huh? So take a second, collect your data, think back, reflect, neutrally, without judgment, just collecting data, neutral observer. In general, are you nice to yourself? I don't know. Yay, nay, sometimes, a little, never. A lot of my clients, never. Yeah. Until they start doing this work and we learn to show up differently to ourselves for higher quality of life. But we're not there yet. First, you're collecting your data. Do I tend to be nice to myself? How do I tend to show up to myself? How am I impacted by that? The pros and cons of being nice or not being nice. And how does that show up in your life? Collect your data. Does it make sense that you might not have learned to be nice to yourself? Yeah. Did you maybe learn to be judgmental or critical or shameful to yourself? Yeah. Did you maybe not learn in your family of origin that being nice to yourself is a nice thing? It's a reasonable thing? It's a great thing? It's a really loving thing? You might not have learned that. It might not have been modeled for you. You probably learned shame, blame, judgment, criticism. Yeah. So it makes sense. And now choice, from the data you collected, is that working for you or working you? To be not nice to yourself. I bet it's working ya! And if it's working ya, you see what we just did, by the way, the 1, 2, 3. Awareness, we raised our awareness to whether you're nice to yourself or not. We figured out how to accept that without judgment and with compassion. I probably didn't learn it in my family of origin. I'll tell you what I did learn. And then choice, is that working for me or working me? And we got to, I bet it's working ya! Right. And then we just figure out new ways to start showing up to ourselves. Yeah. So now we're here. Think about, how do you want to define what nice is to you? Yeah. What's nice to yourself look like for you? You get to decide. Maybe it looks like without judgment and with compassion. Oh, yeah. Maybe it looks like showing up with a sense of understanding. Maybe it looks like nurturance, care, concern. Ooh. And then you can operationalize that. How would I show up and nurture myself? How would I show up with care and concern? Right? So operationalize it. And then SMART goal it. Specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, time-limited. SMART goal it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p. I will say or do something nice to myself, for the next 2 weeks. That's a nice goal. And then you know what you do. You go forth and do. Right. Each time we start showing up differently to ourselves, i.e. being nice. Yeah, new message from self to self. I trust myself to show up to myself. I'm worth being nice to. I'm creating a new habit through muscle memory, repetition, and consistency. All kinds of good stuff! And you see how many tools were involved in that? All tools you've already learned. They're in your toolbox. Just got to use them. Higher quality life. Enjoy.